today is an important day for all women and all of us that support women in our pursuits across all the spectrum of life. And I want to wish everyone a happy International Women's Day wherever you are, and particularly acknowledging the role and the presence of First Nations women in our country, and the knowledge and the way in which First Nations women have carried families and communities following their matrilineal lines and contributing to the well-being of all of us. And I acknowledge all women and girls in our country and beyond.
Yeah, but at the same time, June, looking in particular in Indigenous communities, not that they can be collectively treated as one, do you think any progress is being made? Yes, there are these matriarchal lines of leadership, but what about the problems experienced, domestic violence being one of them? Is progress being made?
Look, First Nations women have always been at the forefront of our rights movements. We have fought for civil rights. We have fought to be counted in the census. We have fought to be part of the human population of our country and to have a vote. We have fought for rights to our lands and to better services as Australian citizens, alongside of our supporters. So women have been fighting continuously since colonisation for the better treatment of First Nations women in our country. And we should be celebrating all of those achievements and the incredible women that have led in all of the fronts along pursuing, our rights as Australian citizens.
So to that end, you're actually, to this day, still advancing your own projects, including the Women's Voices project. What exactly are you trying to achieve with that ongoing body of work?
Well, it's been over 30 years, around 35 years to be exact, since the country had invested into a process to hear directly from First Nations women in our country around the issues that impact them and their lives, regardless of where we live, in all of our diversity in our country. So the project that I led as the first Aboriginal woman in the role of Australia's Social Justice Commissioner was to engage with women in all of our diversity, women and girls of First Nations communities, and hear from them what their issues are, what are their achievements and their celebrations, but what are the issues that impact them, that undermines their right to succeed, that undermines and frustrates some of their pursuits, and what is it that they would like to see changed.
And so next year you're actually taking it to another level, June. What is it that you're planning to do next year to bring all of these participants together on that project?
Well, we hope to have in the early part of 2023 a national summit where we can include as many of the women and girls from across our country to attend the summit in Canberra and to speak directly with governments and others who have influence and power in the decisions that they make around the lives of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander women in our country. And so this would be a first time for a national summit to be hosted, and we're leading that as the end stage of the Women's Voices project and culminating in the National Summit.
That's certainly something to look forward to for next year. So let me just wrap up for this year, though, June, and ask the simple question that I floated at the outset. What are you actually going to do to note the day or even celebrate the day where you are at Fitzroy Crossing, I believe?
Yes. Well, first of all, it's a nice 40 degrees Celsius up here, and I'll be trying to stay in the cool, but reassuring women that they are incredible people looking after families and communities and contributing to society, and in a small way acknowledge their presence in this community and acknowledge those women beyond our country. And I particularly want to acknowledge the women and families of Ukraine during this time.